There are so many reasons, right? We all leave the organization or talent leave the organization. So based on the common reason that talent leave the organization, I have put top 5 reasons here. So I just want to start with this question. If you are an employee or if you are in HR, what do you think talent leave the organizations? Any reason? Any volunteer?
Culture, like the greenhouse.
Yes, one of the reason is culture. Any other reason?
Manager.
Manager, yes.
Yeah, about leadership.
Leadership, manager, yes, correct. Any more answer? Career growth opportunity, yes. Sorry? Compensation, yes, of course, we cannot forget the important part. Any other reason? Job security, great. So whatever everyone say here is correct. So here, there are so many reasons, right? We all leave the organization or talent leave the organization. So based on the common reason that talent leave the organization, I have put top 5 reasons here. So just like most of you have said, career growth opportunities. Nobody want to stay in one job for too many years, correct? Especially for younger generation like Gen Z. Sunny had talked about multi-generational early this morning, right? So for them, it's like 2 years is enough. I'm going to another organization, right? So career growth opportunity is very, very important. Another one is compensation and benefit. Not only compensation, but also benefit. Because people these days have a lot of demand in terms of their well-being, in terms of other like insurance, not only for them, but also for their family. So compensation and benefit. Another one is lack of recognition. So recently I was interviewing one candidate and I asked the candidate as always, why do you want to leave your organization? You have been doing very well and you have been getting promoted. So the answer is, I don't get the recognition from my line manager. I have been working very, very hard and she is not recognizing me. That's why I want to leave the organization. It's a loss for the organization not having the recognition for somebody who is performing very well. Another one is relationship with leaders and team members, right? There is a quote saying that employee quit managers, not the organization, right? We all know that almost all the organization have very good program for all the employee, but most of the time employee feel frustrated with their line manager not giving them recognition or not giving them the career opportunity. That's why they leave the organization, right? And recently we also did the deep dive into attrition, and we see that one of the top reason is the line manager, relationship with the line manager. And last but not least, these days after COVID, people has been demanding for flexible working arrangement, right? People are very get used to working from home, working from anywhere, having a flexibility. And because of the demand of the family, they also need flexible working arrangement. So if some of the organization, I still see that, oh, we have a weekend as a benefit, or fixed off day as a benefit, right? For me, I feel like this is a benefit, but these days, not only weekend off is a benefit, but also providing a flexible working arrangement is very, very important. When we talk about talent leaving the organization, there are hidden costs that we have to be aware, right? Because when we talk about talent retention, we cannot forget about what are the costs that it's causing organization when talent leave the organization. So there are also 5 reasons I have put in. One is lower moral. So when somebody leaves the organization, the team feel like, should I also consider leaving this organization because my colleague is leaving for a better opportunity? I also should go for interview. And another thing is when somebody leave, not somebody, 2 or 3 people leave the organization, or people see more people are leaving the organization, just like somebody recently said, job security. should I stay here? Why people are leaving these organizations? I should start looking for jobs. So the morale is going low. The second reason is recruitment cost. When somebody leave, we have to start from job posting to interview to training, right? So there are a lot of costs that we have to conquer in terms of replacing that one person. Another one is productivity cost. So let's say in a team, 5 people work for the project and 1 people leave, and then 4 other people have to do this 5 people job. So the productivity also can go low. Another reason is training costs. Normally, for a new employee to adapt to the organization, it will take 3 to 6 months. To familiar with the culture, to familiar with the way of working, to familiar with the industry knowledge. So the training cost is also very expensive. Another one is loss of institutional knowledge. In some of the industry, like for example in my industry, insurance, banking, even in HR, right? The way we do things are very different, because if you want to succeed in HR career, one thing I truly believe is you need to understand the business, how your business operate. So when somebody outside of the industry come join to this industry, they need some time to learn about the business while they are also working in their HR function. So these are the hidden costs that we have to pay for when we lose the talent, right? So there is a study that says that when you have to replace one employee, the cost is 1/2 or 2 times of that employee annual salary. Let's say somebody is earning 30,000 per year. That can be 60,000, the cost to the organization because of all these reasons. Okay, so when we talk about strategy, you may be expecting that one good strategy to apply for all the organization. There is no one-size-fits-all strategy to retain our talents, right? So here I put the strategy touch point. What are the touch points that you should be considering as an HR professional to retain your talent? The first one is onboarding experience. Onboarding means starting from posting the job to recruiting the candidate to the organization. So in some of the organization, people leave even before they finish their probation period. So the impression from the candidate starts from the interview. How do you, like some people, they will ask the candidate to wait for 1 hour to start the interview. It is not a good impression. The candidate is a brand ambassador for your organization. So whenever you interview the candidate, you should consider yourself like a brand ambassador. You are talking about your organization, even if you are not selecting this candidate, because they can talk about like, hey, don't go to this organization because they are not professional, and it can impact to your employer branding. So in terms of the onboarding experience, in terms of the strategy, what you need to think about is, of course, earlier in presentation mentioned about culture. Culture is also very important. In onboarding experience, there are different aspects. One is how we will help this new employee to adapt to our new culture, how we will help this employee to know about our functions, our industry, how we will help this employee to build a relationship with their line manager or their team members. How will we adapt, how will we support this new employee to adapt to the whole organization? So there are a lot of things that we have to do. So in our organization also, we have to revamp the onboarding experience, new employee orientation experience according to the level of the employee. Of course, you can have the generic onboarding program for the employee, but depending on the level of the employee, let's say you have generic program for onboarding, but you cannot apply that to manager or like chief level. You have to do different level of onboarding experience for different level of employee. Another one, once you recruit the person, you also need to think about their compensation and benefit. Of course, people join your organization, they get the increment when they join your organization. And When we talk about compensation and benefit, normally we do in most of the organization, we do yearly annual review, right, for the salary, for the promotion. And along with that, we also have to think about what other benefit that we can provide more to the employee. Another one is employee engagement. These days, employee engagement, previously we will talk about team building, we will talk about some of the employee engagement activity initiated. From my experience, what I see is that these days, people have different interests. And normally, I believe that whatever HR do may or may not fit to the different segment of the employee. If you really want to have the effective employee engagement program, either you run the small survey or short survey to the employee what they really want. So for us, what has been very, very useful is we work with the organization, or we work with the employee. We have the volunteer from the different function who work with HR to come up with the employee engagement initiative. Because they represent all the function, all the generation, or sometimes not all the generation, but they know what their colleague want, right? So that you can think about different strategy for the different generations. Talent management, this also include the training and development, career development. So when we talk about talent management, training, this morning Sunny also mentioned about 70-20-10 model, right? Line manager will always comes to you to say that, oh, my people are not performing, can you arrange a training? I always have that experience. I don't know whether any of you have that experience, right? When I have that, I always tell them that training is not a one solution to build up the people's skill. You need to provide a formal training. You also need to give them the on-job training, not just classroom training. And you also have to attach them with the mentor or like coach to learn through different experience. And another one is career development. So normally in most of the organization, right, including ours, we focus on senior leadership, right, the chief and below for their development, and we forget about general employee. So in terms of the training and development, we also have to think about what different level of the employee require different skill set. And today we have been talking about technology, digitalization, AI, right? People these days can learn not only from the training, but also by themselves. So how can we encourage people to do self-learning, providing the resources to them? So these are the touch points that you can think about to come up with the talent retention strategy. In the next slide, the last slide, I will share with you more on the details.